99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Good morning to you. Welcome to Dailies today, the second part. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Jimi Disu. Good morning.
Right, let's start with the show. Let's start with this story here on page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. Ibom Air Fracas, airline operators lift life ban on Emansin.
Okay, wait. I thought that we ended it yesterday. This is the story of the air ban being lifted, I think, has already. I don't know why it's making the pages. I think we knew all that. But the reason why we have this story here was just for you to have a little bit of a perspective of another person, somebody who was at the scene. And I thought we should go through it very quickly, and it ends there. It says that M. Ogede, who was seated next to Emanson, claimed she was triggered by the hostess before her temper flared. He claimed that it was triggered. He said, "I was sitting to her immediate left, no more than 2 feet away, even though the second air hostess was speaking to her. I felt humiliated just listening to the way the lady was being addressed." So maybe the air hostess had an attitude. He said the first hostess had politely instructed passengers to switch off their phones, but the second one, who later confronted Emanson, came looking for trouble. According to Ogede, Emanson explained that her phone's power button was faulty and asked for help. But the hostess refused to touch the device, instead instructing her to navigate the phone settings. She told her, "Go to settings, go to general." And then the lady said she could not understand. The hostess replied, "I do not have time for your nonsense." And at that point, Ogede stated that another passenger intervened, asking the hostess to change her tone, but she ignored them. Ogede claimed that when Emanson asked why she was being embarrassed, the hostess threatened, "If you say another word, I will deal with you." That is the usual, I will deal with you. He said, and then that when Emanson reacted angrily using strong language, the hostess then left and never returned. Anyway, so that's just a little thing to add to the information you have. But something interested me here, and I said it should be ready. Yes, you have to be ready because I'm going to ask your opinion. Okay. It's a pity that this program is a 30-minute program, which was a 1-hour program, and I would have wanted to ask you what you make out of this thing I'm going to read. Listen carefully. Meanwhile, Wasu Ayinde Marshal, also known as Kwamon, who was involved in similar airport incident, yesterday told the Vanguard that he had accepted his appointment by the federal government to become the ambassador of proper airport security protocol. He has accepted to be ambassador, so maybe his feeling might be that, so he'll add that King Ambassador Wasu, but that's not the part. Listen to this very well, Sheriff, and stop rubbing your chair. Just stay calm and listen.
Okay.
It says, Kamwan's manager, Kunle Rashid, in the telephone chat to the correspondent said, and he's being quoted, "One thing I know is that the federal government knows why they appointed him as an ambassador for security protocol." This is Wasu's spokesman. "It's a welcome development and a sign that they have shown remorse."
Who has shown remorse?
Let me read it again. "One thing I know is that the federal government knows why they appointed him an ambassador for airport security protocol. It's a welcome development and a sign that they have shown remorse."
Yeah, I still don't get it.
That the government has shown remorse.
Okay.
According to him, Kwamon sees the appointment as community service and accepted it. So, according to Kwamon spokesperson, as written in the Vanguard, the government has shown remorse by appointing him an ambassador. Or is there any other way you want to interpret that?
I was lost as to who showed remorse.
That's why I told you to hold your chair. Now, is it a case of not knowing how to express himself, or that's what he actually meant?
I don't think I think it's the former. I think he didn't know how to properly put his words together. So he said, I mean, who
I hope
I would
so.
have thought that he was referring to.
We have shown
We have
remorse.
shown remorse. Yes.
But he didn't say that. But if you look at the sentence that came before, or part of the sentence that came before, so one thing I know is that the federal government knows why they appointed him, which means that it's none of their business. The federal government knows why they appointed him as an ambassador for airport security protocol. But he says, in any case, it's a welcome development and a sign that they have shown remorse. I think, given the whole sentence, he probably knows what he's saying. Until I'm otherwise corrected. It's in the Vanguard. It's on page 7. You see why I said the man needs a very, very. Let me be honest with you. When you have a brand like Wasu, sometimes Davido, you need a first-class, very matured spokesperson. Not somebody who will carry your paper bag and your handbag and your flask. These things are very, very important. This thing now, if it's taken by the letter, is going to set Wasu in another. It's going to give him another problem to contend with. And I doubt very much if this gentleman is speaking the mind of this man.
I doubt it.
And I think maybe I'm thinking is the use of language. But if I look at it from the whole sentence, he might just really well mean what he said. I think somebody should contact him, and if there's any correction to be made, it should be made. I'm beginning to feel sorry for like I said, it's not your friends or whatever that you need professionals, high level professionals who would, before they open their mouths, will look at every statement that is being made. Anyway, let's go to that's the end. After this, no more. I don't think there'll be any development. But
all right, let's go to the Punch. Okonjo-Iweala's positive outlook on economy sparks political debates. This is on page 2 of the Punch.
The social media is on fire. The social media is on fire. They are out there battling supporters of this government, the OB movement, and people like me who just for academic reasons want to see what is going on. All said and done, let me tell you what it was. Okonjo-Iweala came yesterday. She's the Director General of the WTO, former finance minister, came to see the president and then gave a verdict that he had done well. Nobody will come to see the president and say he hasn't done well. So that is neither here nor there. I'm a very cynical person. I've seen in the course of my job, I've seen people say one thing, and the moment you're having lunch with them, they're telling you that, oh, don't mind, we just had to say that. So for me, it's neither here nor there. But again, I like those who are arguing for or against to just look at one thing. You see, whether you like it or not, the IMF, the World Bank, the WTO, and like bodies like that are the things that the Western media use to control the narrative that goes on in quote and unquote developing countries. So I'm not as far as I'm concerned, I'm not even taking it at its value. You must always have that at the back of your mind. These things are the things they use to make sure that you don't develop, and Africans are gradually moving out of this. That's why, for example, you have an emergence of BRICS to balance the narrative. So don't take anything from World Bank, IMF, don't take it hook, line, and sinker. This IMF and World Bank have been monitoring our economy. I remember way back from the 80s, when during the time, should you take an IMF loan or shouldn't you take? They give endorsements, they turn around, they criticize, give endorsements, and you are still not stable. What is the problem here? The problem here is that as far as Okonjo-Iweala is concerned, the president is on course and the economy is growing. Fair enough, there's no need for argument. Ask yourself. That's as simple as that. You don't need a degree in economics. And for the guys who are fighting themselves on Facebook, I enjoyed it this morning, in the social media. But just ask yourself, is your life any better? That is a simple question. You don't even need to be literate. You don't need book. Need the Latin way. Just ask yourself every lower line, is my life better? So if somebody from America is coming to tell you some DG by coincidence in Nigeria that the president is doing well, but is your life better? For me, my life is not better. If you don't want to know the level of suffering, some of you think that some of us are quite frustrated. It doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work like that. Nigerians are suffering. And I think that I can imagine I would have loved to be in the same car with Okonjo-Iweala when she was leaving the State House. It's a political statement. And it's for a reason. So there's a debate going on, even amongst the political and economic whatever. I don't want to waste our time with a lot. But if you want to read some very good reactions, you can pick up the Punch. But I don't want to waste too much time. But please remember that, look, these things are political, and it's not worth debating on. I'm going to be very honest with you. I would always take anything with the pinch of salt that comes from the Western world. IMF, World Bank, all these.
Okay, let's go to the next story here. Declining male fertility, how living in modern times is rendering men infertile.
Again, Vanguard has produced a very, very good feature, and I think it's about 2 or 3 pages. And listen very well. Declining male fertility. Some of you out there, you're not fertile. And fertility is different from virility. Some of you can go all night, but you're firing blanks. And you are young. Okay? Listen to what it says here. Sperm counts have dropped 62%. 62%. So, for you couples out there, who is always the woman that is first put under trouble, I think you should go and see Professor this or that. The man should go with her. It could be the man. It says here, sperm count has dropped 62% over 50 years. It says here, testosterone levels also dropping. It says, plastic environmental toxins waging war on male fertility. What not fertility? Is it the two ending knock and substance, or one of the two?
What I don't understand what
you're saying. Okay, we will talk about that later. Human race not winning infertility battle despite advancements. Okay, so we need to be open-minded about these things. Let's stop putting women only under pressure. Even the men. So if you're a couple, there's a problem with having children, the two of you should go to the hospital at the same time. If Bayo says, I think you should go and say, okay, yes, let's go together. Lifestyle, climate change are major drivers. What you eat, what you drink, even to the point of the kind of pants that you wear. Most have all kinds of funny tight pants that some men wear and so on and so forth. You better ask your doctor if there's any implication. Crucial role of sperm DNA fragmentation, DFI. There is hope in advanced reproductive treatments. So you need to, I'm going to suggest that you need to read this thing in the Vanguard. It's about 2 pages. It has a department, it has a section on red flags. What are the red flags you have? From virility to vulnerability. It has an issue of the silent crisis. It has human fertility complex but ineffectual. Experts speak on DNA fragmentation, lifestyle driving, declining sperm epidemic. Dr. Abayomi Ajayi, that's your friend. I think we need to bring him here as fast as possible so that let him come and explain this further. Novel treatment approaches, preserve your fertility. Consider sperm freezing. Yes, it happens. I know somebody who was ill and froze his sperm, and about 10 years later, they were able to produce his sperm and put it in his wife and so on and so. They gave him all of free. I want to donate my sperm. There's a sperm bank in Nigeria.
Wait, sir. You want to do what?
I want to donate my sperm. Is there anything wrong
Why
with that?
do you want to donate your sperm?
To help women who are infertile.
There are other men that can do that. No?
But there's nothing that says you have to be open-minded, Cherry.
Let's not be open-minded.
I'm open-minded. There's a sperm bank, even in Luth.
Yes.
There's a sperm. I'm going. I'm not for money.
I think
not that I'm that broke.
I think younger people can do
it. Depends. Some people might want this thing of a matured man.
Of a matured man.
Yes, now I don't want small boy something. I'm going to donate, and I'm doing it next week. Yes. I've been wanting to do it, but this now it's not strengthening my resolve.
You want to donate it for a cause?
For a cause. I don't want to know who I will go call that leg. It would be nice to have so many DVDs.
Or risk you.
It would be nice to have so many DVDs. But people do. I'm saying even Luth, forget the commercial side of it.
Yeah.
Even Luth. I think the clinic is every Thursday. The world is changing.
You know that too.
I'm going to donate.
We're going foul.
Bring the restaurant.
Okay, let's go to the Nigerian News Direct. There's this story here that says, when deliverance becomes danger. It's the editorial, actually.
Yes, and it's their first editorial. This is a new paper that is coming up, and I think it's picking up. The guy who started it, I knew, the late Samuel Ibiyemi. He's late now. And the paper is picking up. And the editorial is on the video I'm sure you've seen about 1 or 2 days ago, that of some deliverers being rendered on some children, and you saw it. Yes. And the editorial of the Nigerian News Direct, that's what it's called, says that this case exposes the dangers of spiritual authority operating without accountability. Scriptural metaphors of cleansing or deliverance can take on a violent ritualism in the hands of leaders who exploit the trust of their congregations. What they mean, or the implication of this statement, is that we have to draw a line between spiritual authority, my pastor says this child needs deliverance, and the law of the land. We have to draw a line. We have to be very careful that we are not misled. When a religious figure invokes divine sanction for harmful acts, followers may feel bound to comply. And I know what I'm talking about. I know what I have seen in this world. But that's a story for another day. Even at the expense of their children's safety. Such a dynamic is not only morally corrosive, but socially dangerous. And dismantling it will require both legal firmness and cultural courage. They say in another paragraph, for too long, cases like this have surfaced only after the social media outrage forces authorities to react. There are a lot of things going on that authorities just keep quiet. There's one pastor who is going around, as far as I'm concerned, he's duping people. One time he said that God gave him a key to something. One time he said it was soap. One time he said, one dark-skinned pastor like that, deceiving people that he has this, he has the soap to do this, he has the soap to do that. I think the authorities need to rein into things like this. But our authorities are very reluctant to touch anything perceived as being religious. And I wonder why. The only governor, for example, that I know has been brave enough to take anything like that head on is my good Aburo, Fashola. Yes, and we need to have that attitude. We shouldn't hide under religious whatever and take everything everybody says hook, line, and sinker. We need to monitor the kind of information that these religious bodies do, that these religious leaders also pass on to the people. Clearly, there is clear evidence to show that People are being manipulated, and the government should just not sit back and do nothing about it. So that is the issue that the Nigerian News Direct raises, and I think it should set us thinking this morning.
Yeah, indeed. I think we can take this story here on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. Lagos APC slams Obi over criticism of Tinubu's travels.
Mr. Ladejo is at it again, and because Obi had been critical about the travel whatever of the president, Ladejo took him on. I think again that sometimes these people need to understand, spokesperson, it's not every criticism or every statement that they react to. The president, as far as I'm concerned, has over-traveled. And the excuse that he's trying to expand this or that, you are doing all that, you don't have ambassadors. That is why he's overworking himself. If in truth that is what he's doing, that is what ambassadors are meant for. Now he's off again. He's off again to I think he's going to Brazil. From Brazil, he's going to Japan. I don't succumb to that kind of governance. What you do is that you have a top-notch minister, the person who is a minister, and he does all these things. It's not he is going to Brazil for the third time, I think. Third or second time.
Third time.
Third time in 2 years. What is the problem?
In 9 months.
In 9 months. You don't have an ambassador in Brazil. So I in all honesty, I don't think that is so. Oladejo should be. There are some things he needs to just overlook rather than bring them up. I think this time Obi is right. Our president is over-traveled. Not to add those when he will just disappear 4 or 5 days, you won't know where he is. The president belongs to us. He's our president. We should be worried about where he is at any given time. So he says that we remind Mr. Obi that leadership in the 21st century does not operate in isolation. Our challenges, economic revitalization, climate resilience, energy access do not encourage insular thinking. Tinubu's engagements with foreign leaders are informed by a vision of building a stable, secure, and prosperous Nigeria. 2 years you don't have an ambassador. Well, what kind of diplomacy is that? What business, what investors are you hunting for? Why must you place everything on yourself? If that is the reason. Is it investors that made the president go to a country and stay for about 7 days? What's the name of that country again? Lucia.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. 7 days. Come on. I just thought I should rub that in. By the way, First Lady Tinubu, she gives 50,000 grant to 500 women in Ondo. So we add that to her. It's very generous woman.
Very, very generous.
Very generous.
Very
woman.
kind, yes. Amaloto.
What can we say we want to
But won't take less than 1 billion. She's
like
generous.
to give the money back. What did not?
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Let's take the news pages of the Vanguard and the Punch.
Okay, news pages very quickly. EFCC to arraign 23 suspected fraudsters arrested near Obasanjo Library. Medical OAU student commits suicide after exam setback. Okada rider sells Ondo Varsity lecturer to kidnappers in Ondo. Okada rider sells Ondo Varsity lecturer to kidnappers in Ondo, and this is police. Boy killed for resisting kidnappers' demand to assault sister. What do you have in the Punch? That was from the Vanguard. OAU to roll out mental health programs after student suicide. My God. Nasarawa herbalist flees as internet fraudsters dies after drinking concussion.
Hey.
You won't get money chap. 2 Nigerians caught with 500k drugs in Lebanese hotel. Rivers pastor arrested for brutalizing 25 whipping children during, I think that's that, the man has been arrested. He's been arrested. Police snap one recovered stolen vehicle in Akwa Ibom. Let's quickly go to Lagos State Stories. Ex-Algon chair backs Sanwo-Olu stance on local government supervisors. Lagos unveils child sexual abuse forensic interview protocol. What is that? Lagos State government has launched the child sexual abuse investigative and forensic interview protocol, pioneering initiative designed to protect child victims. Okay. Anyway, and it's another story here. Lagos State government has sealed restaurant over improper wastewater disposal. And the name of the restaurant is Chicken Republic. The one in Lekki. It's been sealed over alleged improper waste disposal and poor sanitary conditions. What is Tipa? It's on.
Yeah, go now.
Okay.
I have to go. Let this thing not jump.
Not trigger again.
Yeah. I have to go. Well, you're back at 9?
Why do you always ask if I'm back? Well, you know I'll be back.
Yeah. I just wanted people to be sure that you'll be back.
I changed my mind.
Exactly. Lagos, thank you for joining us. Kofi is back with the Morning Crossfire. Stay with us, please.
7 p.m. Don't knock, na yellow clock be that.
Yes, so better don't come as the MTN Mega Billion promo don't land and your number fit win up to 5 million naira jackpot every Monday to Friday and up to 10 million naira jackpot every Saturday.
Just dial star 900 ash to join and recharge your MTN line before 5.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.